Yeah, Connie, that's what I figured. You know, everybody's here, so, or if I can get everybody here. I don't know which way to set this thing. Afraid if I mess with it too much, I'm gonna mess it up. They started showing this a few minutes ago when I was messing with the camera. I figured we could chat while we were waiting for the ball to drop. Hi, Marthy. Hello. I show we got 5 watching. I was sorry that.
This is Andrew Kraft now here in the anchor chair. You have been watching these incredible fireworks over the skies of Bangkok, Thailand, from earlier today. So
yeah, I thought this would be neat.
The hour, 9 o'clock here Mountain Time, 11 o'clock there Eastern in Times Square. Take a look at this right now. All the festivities are underway. Just about an hour now to go until the East Coast, the Eastern Time Zone, sees 2024 and says goodbye to 2023. Look.
Yeah, I usually watch the ball drop from Times Square, and even though it's still only 11 o'clock here in Texas, I figure that's my new year. So once the ball drops, you know, hey, I say Happy New Year. It's my new year already. How are you doing, Connie? Yeah, Happy New Year, Thailand.
Across the world, there in Southeast Asia, down under in Australia, all across the European capitals, and most recently, there in South America at the Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, Brazil. Really. And so I love watching it from other countries.
Showing you the incredible fireworks displays all across the East Coast, specifically there in New York City. Take a look yet again at the crowd there. And so
many. There's a lot of people in Times Square.
On the East Coast, it's been a little balmy, not as cold as normal there as we go.
It's about 48 degrees here right now. It doesn't seem cold at all.
And usher in, welcome in a new year. 2024.
And you ladies will know that I didn't have any trouble getting home from my son's tonight.
Showing you some of these incredible fireworks displays, but also
they finished all the construction on the town square in Cleburne coming through that gave me, you know, such a problem the last time. Well, all that was completed, so I didn't have to deal with the town square under construction. So I had no problem whatsoever getting on the right street to head away from there. Thank God. Can y'all hear me okay? Since I'm not listening to the playback, I don't know. Good sound? Okay, great. But I remember when I was a little kid, all this going on. I mean, we never went to the square for the New Year's because we were just little. And my uncle would take us to the Christmas parades and the Thanksgiving parades and stuff like that, I remember. But we never went to Times Square for New Year's. That was too many people too close together for little kids to be out there. Yeah, Happy New Year, Sophie, Susan, Connie, Marthy, all the silent viewers watching. Yeah, I thought this... Sorry, I was out participating with my son this afternoon on his acreage behind his house. They were basically skeet shooting because he's got these discs that he puts in this thrower and he, you know, hits the pedal and it throws it up in the air and then they shoot at it. And I was watching them do that with 3 different guns, and my granddaughter was doing it too. They wanted me to shoot, but I would have, but I'd already had problems with my neck. And I was afraid that little bit of jar that would hit my shoulders from the impact of the butt of the rifle would cause a problem with my neck, so I skipped on it. I just watched them. It was a lot of fun watching them. My son said that was his fireworks for the new year. Was out there shooting his targets. Yeah, when I drove home, I come up the street, it was already dark, and the neighbors next door, they were outside on the street. Several guys were out there shooting fireworks off in the middle of the street, so they had to back up and stop for a minute for me to come through to come to the house. But as soon as I passed, they started shooting them off again. Yeah, but I thought it would be neat just watching the fireworks from the different areas, while we waited for the ball to drop. And it would be fun for us to just all be in chat together, communicating with one another while we're watching this. I thought that would be a great way to bring in the new year. Okay, Susan, we'll wait on you. I said most people wait up till midnight anyway, whether they're watching TV or what they're doing. And I said this way we can watch it all together. Bring in the new year together. I had a really good time at my son's house, and if they'd have lived closer, I would have stayed longer, but I don't like to be out too late, especially on New Year's Eve. There was already a wreck. I no sooner left my house. Sorry. I no sooner left my house and got out on the main street at the light, and 3 cars that were in line waiting at the red light from the opposite direction, the 4th car, I think it was, or the 3rd one, got rear-ended. I mean, coming to the red light, whoever was in that SUV behind them just was not paying attention to where they were going. They didn't realize there was a red light there. They may have been drunk, I don't know, but they rear-ended the white SUV in front of them, and it pushed the bumper and part of the trunk lid up over the back of the back glass. So that was a heck of a hit. And I hope nobody was hurt, but there was an ambulance there. There were several police cars there. So, it had just happened. The cars in front of them had not even left the red light yet. I don't know if it set off a chain reaction and maybe their bumpers touched or what. I didn't get to stay there and look because I got the green light and I had to pull out. And coming from my son's, I passed 3 or 4 different county patrol cars, lights flashing, sirens blaring, going in the opposite direction, down somewhere past where my son lives, in the opposite direction. So I don't know if there was a wreck back that way or what was going on, but 4 patrol cars speeding back that way with lights flashing and sirens blaring. Something was going on. No, you're not late. I'm early. I tried to get online early on the original live that I set up, and I think that's what messed it up. I was trying to get on about 5 or 6 minutes early to show you that fireworks from Bangkok, and I couldn't get the camera to flip around, and it was showing the wrong thing, and finally I just gave up and ended it, started over, and put out a new one. So here we are. But anyway, y'all know me by now. If the chat disappears, you know that I'm going to put up a new one right behind it. So y'all know me by now, so I don't lose you. I did boring stuff today, cleaning, putting stuff away, and working on my budget to-do list for next year. Well, I wasn't that ambitious. I did get everything together. I made Mexican cornbread muffins this morning before noon and to take over to my son's house. And sometime after I got dressed, I didn't have a streak on my shirt, but I noticed when I went to the restroom earlier that I know when I got to my son's house, I was thirsty. And he had those little sausages wrapped with bacon, little hors d'oeuvres sitting on their dining room table when I walked in. And the way you come in from the garage, the way I did, you walk right into the dining room. And man, I started eating those little sausages. They were so good, they were addicting. So then I got me a Coke in a can and started drinking it right out of the can. And I must have dripped some of it down my shirt and didn't know it. Because when I got home and looked in the mirror, I had a light, real light kind of brownish looking stain down the front of my blouse. And I says, oh no, they're going to think I was dirty or something, you know. But I know that's what it was. So I went in there and I took a wet washcloth and I wiped it a little bit to see if it would come off. And that's what it was. It was some of that Pepsi that dripped out of the can when I was drinking it on my shirt. And I didn't realize it because it came right off. But it didn't look good. Okay, what's your question, Susan? I have applewood bacon flavored pork loin roast. Will it cook like any roast in the crock pot with potatoes, carrots, and onions? I'm sure it will. It's going to take like the apple bacon, the applewood bacon, and you know, it'll have that flavor, but I don't see why you can't. I mean, you put mesquite flavored brisket and everything else in there, so yeah, I would. I'd sear it first to give it a little brown on the outside. That way it helps the liquid that it's cooking in get a good flavor to it. I like to sear any of my meats that I put in my crock pot. I think I'll probably cook my ham tomorrow, and you know, it's just going to be me here, so I'm going to end up having to freeze most of it. I'll have ham to eat the rest of the year, for all year 2024. I'll have turkey that I've got in the freezer to eat all year. So it's going to help out tremendously on my grocery bill. Well, you know, I made that Christmas crack movie or video, and when I walked in my son's, I said, Chad, I brought you some Christmas crack. He looked at me kind of funny. I said, Chad, I brought you some Christmas crack. He looked again at me kind of funny. He says, Mom? I said, it's candy, son. I said, evidently you didn't watch my video. I said, you'll have to watch my video that I did on making this Christmas crack, because I tried to make it funny. And I said a lot of my subscribers sent me messages saying they laughed their butts off at it. And I said at the end of it, I took the hammer to crack it open with, but I said, I promise you, I cleaned the hammer. And my son says, well, thank you, Mom, for cleaning the hammer. Aloha, April. But what I was going to say about going out, you know, watching them target practice with the guns, getting out there in the air, which I love to do. I love being outside. But there's hay fields, there's horses, there's cows, everything else in that area. So I've coughed ever since. And I've came home and I use my nasal sprays and stuff, but I'm still coughing. Not quite as bad, but I'm still coughing. But I'm for sure, if I don't forget, when I go back to the doctor for my checkup in February, I think it is, I'm going to tell him I need my inhaler, because he prescribed one for me one time before. And when I used it, it burnt my lungs so bad I was afraid to use it again. And I told him that. He said, well, what happened the second time you used it. I said I didn't use it the second time. I was afraid. I didn't know what was going to happen. But since then, I've talked to friends that use an inhaler, and they said that was the same way it happened with them the first time they ever used it, was it burnt. And that means you really needed it. And they said after that, it didn't burn like that. So I said, well, I feel like a fool because the doctor didn't tell me that it was going to burn the first time. But I'm going to tell him now I need one, because I'm tired of going outside and then coughing my head off, or like walking a good distance outside this time of year with stuff in the air that I'm allergic to, and I can't hardly breathe. I mean, I get short-winded real fast, and it's just allergies. You know, it's affecting my breathing. And the doctor told me a couple of years ago that I get what he calls asthma from allergies. So I need to get the inhaler. I know my grandmother, my dad's mom, she had to use an inhaler for allergies. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my intentions when I go back to the doctor. If not before, I'm going to tell him to let me try the inhaler again. Well, I've been to several different specialists, allergy specialists, and I think I just need the inhaler. I should have kept it, and I should have used it the second time to see what happened. But, you know, when something burns your lungs, when you first time you use it, you don't know whether you should spray it up your nose or inhale it through your throat after that. You know, I didn't know. I had never been told by anybody that when they used an inhaler, it burnt. And I've seen my grandmother use it time and time again, but, you know, she's never mentioned the first time she ever used it that it might have burnt. You know, burnt down in her lungs when the first time she used it. So I didn't know. I was dumb where that's concerned. So I think the inhaler would help because like I said, I get outside and I get busy working and I start getting short-winded. Just like walking around the backyard in my son's house, down through the cow pasture and back where they were shooting. I was walking pretty fast and I got winded. You know, it's just breathing all that stuff I'm allergic to. And it affects your breathing. I did feel somewhat better when I got home, though, when I used the nasal spray. And I guess it's about time for me to use that again. I don't know if any of you have seen the ball this year, but from what I can tell, it looks like it's blue and white checkered. Maybe use a mask instead of inhaling too. Well, you know, the inhalers are just the little spray inhalers that you take with you anywhere. It's not a tube. But I think I'm going to get it because when I start getting a coughing fit like that, I need to get something. Chicken or checkered? I said checkered, like playing checkers. They showed one earlier and it was white checks and blue checks. So it looked like they made a blue and white checkered ball this year with lights. But I can take Benadryl. It clears it up. It'll clear my chest up. But you can't take Benadryl 24/7, you know, because it relaxes me so much, I can just lay down and go to sleep. But it'll clear my chest up just like a shot will. Especially that last shot the doctor gave me, because that last shot didn't do anything. I don't know why he changed the shot he gave me. It started with an M, and I don't remember the name of it. But it did not work like the other shots that he always gave me before. I mean, the other shots he usually gave me, by the time I got out to my car from the doctor's office, I was already feeling 100% better. I was breathing easier and everything, but it's steroids. And you know, a lot of doctors don't want to give you steroids if they can help it. Well, I'm not allergic to Benadryl, but it'll put me to sleep. Well, they're showing it again. Oh, I see. They got lights in that ball so they can change the patterns and the colors, because now it's green, red, and looks like white. See, it's changing again. Now it's gold. I didn't realize that. They've got lights in it with patterns so they can change the patterns and the lights in it. Look at that. Isn't that neat? It's purple now. That's it, a nebulizer. My allergies turned into asthma problems. I also have asthma. Well, see, my doctor told me years ago, when he first gave me that inhaler, he said, you got asthma. I said, no, I don't. I've got allergies. He said, well, you got what we call allergy asthma. He said, your allergies give you symptoms of having asthma. It affects your breathing. And I believe him, because it does. So when I go back, I'm going to ask him for that inhaler. I should go on up to my regular allergy doctor, but I'd have to go to Fort Worth. And I just don't want to drive to Fort Worth. I wish he was here in Granbury. My primary care doctor's here. My old allergy doctor is here. But he wanted me to go to the one in Fort Worth because he gives you the shots to clear up your allergies, not the ones to build up your resistance to your allergies. And the one here in Granbury that I was going to, he gives you the kind of shots where he gives you what you're allergic to. And he keeps increasing the dose of it each time you go in each week. And finally, I got to the place where I was going in on Monday getting the shot. I was back on Tuesday morning because I couldn't breathe. And he said, well, we can't do this anymore with you, because he said, you got to breathe. And he said, this affects your breathing too much. We have a town west of here named Manhattan, and they call them the Little Apple and drop an apple for New Year's. That's cute. It's a machine that you... liquid drug. No, I don't need that, because most of the time I'm fine. It's just when I get outside or get in an area where I'm breathing what I'm allergic to, that I'll start coughing and I'll start getting shortness of breath. So I need a quick fix, and an inhaler would do that. And I didn't take my nasal sprays with me, which is stupid of me, because I should keep the nasal spray with me all the time. So in cases like that, I can use it. And I know I get bad when I go to my son's, because they've got horses, they got cows right in their backyard, right up to their yard. And there's other cow pastures around his property that belong to other people. So my allergies do bother me down there where he lives. Yeah, I do too. We had a great celebration here for the Millennium New Year. They had the whole town square lit up. They had bands playing. They had news people there. And we were even featured in the Small Town USA New Year's celebration on the TV, because they went around and showed clips of a lot of countries and different towns and cities in the United States, and put them on the TV show, and Granbury was on it. And that was the night I was down on the square, helping them celebrate. That's the only time I've celebrated New Year's, out like that, was when on the Millennium. There were Kansas State is so lots of partying there. Yeah, it was cool, because they had like little catered restaurants set up on the town square. They had tables and chairs chained off, like at each corner area, and you had to pay to get in. You know, you bought a ticket to go in to eat, and then they'd serve you at your table when you got in there. I thought that was neat. I mean, I didn't do it, but I saw it. You know, I know they were doing it. But I looked up because we had friends that had a house that was just a half a block off the square, and they had all kind of hors d'oeuvres set up. They had all kind of hors d'oeuvres set up, things to drink, and it was freezing cold that Millennium New Year's. And I remember it had been raining. The town square was all wet, so that made it feel like it was even colder. But we could go down, walk around the square till we got cold or tired, and then we could go back to their house, sit down and watch some of it on the news, and eat, eat different things and get a drink of something warm to warm us up. And then we could go back down to the square. So it was a lot of fun that night. Hi, Sophia. How are you? Annie Watson, hello. Welcome. Shelly. I'm missing all these people coming in because I've been talking too much. Hi, Shelly Edwards. How are you? I figured a lot of you'd be home just watching the New Year's come in on TV. So I figured we could do it all together. I said it might add a little bit rather than just sitting here watching the New Year's celebration on TV by yourself. At least we could get in chat and talk to one another while we're watching it. We'd go downstairs and have all kinds of foods and pop and stuff and games for kids. Well, that's kind of the way we did here, but it was in a friend's house. It was one of the people that belonged to the choir. And like I said, we'd go in the house when we got too cold and tired, and we'd just go in there and sit down. We'd eat snacks and different hors d'oeuvres that they had set up. And then we'd go back to the square. We kept doing that all night till they rang in the new year. It was a lot of fun. It's more fun when you can do it together. You're just not sitting there by yourself. Well, we're having a party right now, Sophia. We're having our Happy New Year's party on my live chat. I've got my Coke here. I just ate me a piece of my New Year's cake. So y'all get you something to drink, something to snack on. We're partying together for New Year's. Yeah, it's always fun to have a party, get a bunch of people together. We got 13 in here right now. I don't think that's too bad for a New Year's Eve night. I have pneumonia right now and had to for a week, so also feel function and breathe into your lungs and gotta. Oh wow, Connie, I'm so sorry. I hope you get better soon. My neighbors are going crazy with fireworks right now. There's the ball, but it ain't time for it to fall yet. Got about a half hour. It'll probably be midnight where most of you are living. It won't be anywhere close to midnight for April when that ball drops. It'll probably be mid-afternoon. I have another party, Cool Ranch Doritos, so I'll share. I was looking to see if I could find a fun partying M, oh, I don't know what they call them. I don't seem to be finding any. Oh, there's one. There you go. Party down. Bring in the New Year's right. He went outside a little while ago. It's not that cold outside tonight, so he wanted to be outside. He was waiting for me on his little bed in the swing when I got home this evening. He came in twice and ate something, then he went back out. It's almost time for him to come back in again. Oh my God, I got a surprise at my son's. I kind of thought he was going to get me a carpet shampooer, one of the smaller ones. But guess what? He got me one of the smaller carpet shampooers, but he also got me one of the smaller vacuum cleaners. So I got two of them. I got a shampooer and I got a vacuum cleaner. So I lucked out. Well, he was on, like I said, he was laying in the swing seat that he likes to sleep on outside when I got home. As long as they stay over where they're at, they're not bothering him. He's okay. There's nobody in my yard shooting fireworks off, so, there's none of them bothering him. He hears it all, but it's not affecting him. A good son. Yeah, and the vacuum cleaner and the carpet shampooer is for pets. So it's supposed to help clean up the pet stuff too, So he said, and that's because of your cat. He's calling little buddy my cat already. Which, he's moved in and made himself at home. That sounds like fun, Connie. We usually just watch stuff on TV New Year's Eve and went to bed. My family didn't do really any celebrating on New Year's. I mean, we always had greens, black-eyed peas, ham, cornbread, and stuff like that, for tradition. Because, your black-eyed peas is for the change. Your what was it? Your cornbread is for, I think, prosperity for the new year. Greens is for money coming in. And I don't remember what the ham is supposed to be for. But it's supposed to be a good luck tradition to eat those items on New Year's. Either eat them New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So that's why I fixed those black-eyed peas to take to my sons, because they fixed the ham, I fixed the cornbread. I think the only thing we didn't have was the greens over there, but I said, I've got greens in my freezer I can take out tomorrow, or I can go out in my backyard and cut me some and cook a little bit of them and have my greens. We always had black-eyed peas, ham, greens of some kind, whether it's collard greens, any type of green, like the kale, Swiss chard, any of the greens. Can even be cabbage as long as it's green. Cornbread. Yeah, you got to have those items. Cornbread, greens, ham, and black-eyed peas. Because when he told me we were going to do Christmas today, I said, well, do you want me to bring chili beans or black-eyed peas? I said, people usually want black-eyed peas for New Year's. He said, oh, go ahead and fix the black-eyed peas. So that's why I fixed that pot of black-eyed peas to take. You never heard of those things, Susan? Well, maybe it's a southern thing. I don't know. It's just it's supposed to bring you good luck and prosperity for the new year. Well, cornbread, greens, black-eyed peas, ham, that's all kind of normal, but it's just that they tell you to eat that for New Year's because it brings you good luck for the new year. I don't know if there's anything to it, but every year I eat black-eyed peas, cornbread, greens, and ham. It may be just a little bit of each, but I eat it every year. Maybe I should skip some years. Maybe it'll bring me more luck not to eat them. Maybe let other people eat them. You never had greens or black-eyed peas? Oh my goodness, Susan. You need to watch my video on me making that pot of black-eyed peas and cook you some. You'll like them. I never used to like the way people fixed it until I fixed it myself. Now I love black-eyed peas. Yeah, most people in the South are kind of poor, so I guess they ate it as a tradition to bring them good luck with their crops and stuff like that for the new year. And there's Too Tall Rob. Hello. You had yours? Good. Yeah, I had mine, and I've got just a little bit in a small half-pint container in the refrigerator that I'm going to eat tomorrow, and I'm going to take out a package of greens that's already cooked and heat them up. And I'll have my black-eyed peas, my ham, and I saved a couple of muffins, cornbread muffins, to eat for lunch tomorrow. So that's my New Year's meal tradition. We stuff peppers and barbecue ribs. What a meal. It sounds good. I'd love to have the barbecue ribs. But you know what? Those little sausages that my son fixed for appetizers that he had on that dining room table when I first got there, they were something good. He wrapped them with bacon and cooked them in the oven instead of wrapping them in the biscuit dough or croissants. He wrapped them in bacon. And one was like a pepper bacon and the other was regular bacon. But oh, it was so good. I said, man, these things are addicting. I need to get away from them. No, I probably didn't. I was probably talking. I had jalapeno cornbread with black-eyed peas, burgers, country ham, onion, stuffed peppers, and barbecue ribs. I know, you can't go wrong with bacon. Cassie, my daughter-in-law's, her daughter from a previous marriage, she's getting married in March, and she's having a bridal shower at her house. And she told my son, she said, I want you to fix those for my bridal shower. She said, we'll serve them as an hors d'oeuvre at the bridal shower. Finger food. My son fixed this bacon stuffed jalapeno peppers too, but they're too hot for me. I like to take the little peppers. They look like jalapenos, but they're not hot, like a banana pepper, and stuff those the same way and wrap them with bacon and cook them. Now, I like those because they're not as hot as a jalapeno. Well, Susan, you'd probably like the sweet peppers that, they're about the same size as the jalapenos, only they're sweet peppers. You can fix it the same way, just use the sweet pepper. Yeah, see, I usually use my ham bone to cook my peas in, but I have not cooked my ham yet. I was debating if I wanted to cook it or freeze it. But I think I'll go ahead and cook it and then cut it up and divide it into packages and just put it in the freezer and have individual packages of ham in there so I can take out, whenever I want a ham sandwich or want to make a little meal with some ham. And all I have to do is heat it up. Yeah, I hated it that we were out there and they were target practice, and I started coughing my head off, and then I was getting short-winded, and then by the time we got back in the house, I was coughing and coughing and coughing. And I said, like I told you, me like an idiot left my nasal sprays at home for my allergies, so I didn't have those with me to use. From now on, they're going in my purse when I leave this house to go anywhere. Oh, Cece doesn't like you being upset at your computer. I guess she knows to keep her distance when you're upset at the computer. I'm back, but I'm headed to the shower. Well, you go right ahead, April. You got to start the new year out clean. You like Mexican food, but you don't like pico? Naughty words come out sometime. I know what you mean. I'm going to bed. You're not going to wait till the ball drops? It's early where you're at, April. It's probably supper time or mid-afternoon. Oh, me. So what's everybody going to do tomorrow on New Year's Day? 6:42. It's too early for you to go to bed, girl. You got at least wait another 30 minutes till the ball drops. Got to hang around till the ball drops with us. And I hear little buddy scratching at the door. Let me go let him in. You got food in your dish. Go ahead and eat the rest of that before I give you any more. Bother the camera. He said he'd rather get up here and bother me. It says, okay, I'll try. My dog is scared. All these fireworks. They've already started shooting off fireworks in your area too, April? In my neighborhood, they start shooting fireworks off days before New Year's. I think they start at Christmas and shoot them off and on till New Year's, and then they shoot all they got. Yeah, we can say, that we all got together and had us a New Year's party chat. All together bringing in the new year. Looking forward to Tuesday, doctor's appointment to evaluate my Service Connect disability. I got 3 other doctor's appointments this week as well. Well, I hope it all works out in your favor, Too Tall Rob. Maybe she's been working too hard in the yard. Yeah, next time I go anywhere, I'm taking my nasal sprays with me. And if I ever get my hands on an inhaler, it will definitely be with me. Because the girl that I work with, I told her what happened with it when I first tried to use it. And she said, well, the same thing happened to me. It burnt the first time I used it. But they say when it burns like that, they know you need it. And she said after the first time, it didn't burn like that. But she said when she starts to cough, she'll use it. And it keeps her from coughing like I do. So I need it. I need it instead of coughing my head off all the time. You saw a beautiful hot air balloon floating across the city? How neat. They were supposed to have hot air balloons out here at the high school or off the airport. And I went out there that afternoon or evening. It was probably 5, 6 o'clock. But I waited and waited. They never showed up, so I gave up. I left because it was too hot. I came home. I didn't get to see them. I don't know what time they ever came around and landed. You have an inhaler in every room, nearly died from asthma. Well, mine has not gotten that bad, but it's aggravating and it makes you sore when you keep coughing constantly. My ribs start hurting because I'm, coughing, and my throat will get raw from coughing. I'm wondering if Gladys ever got the Christmas card I sent to her. I know the last I heard she had not gotten it. I guess it was just running late. And we drove around the sides of a building where we couldn't see it for a bit, and when we came out, it was gone. Oh. Man, that's a lot of people at that Times Square. Look at that. Look like ants crawling around when I show that above. Well, good. I'm glad she finally got it. I know she was probably about to think I never sent her one. I can imagine those hot air balloons can disappear pretty fast. Yeah, my shirt is all dried now, and I still got it on. There's no streak on it now, so I know it was the Pepsi that I was drinking. Some of it trickled down the front of my blouse and made it look terrible, and I didn't even know it. Me walking around with that on my shirt. 1983, you were at Times Square, Too Tall Rob. Well, when I was a kid, we used to live up there because my mom is from New York. And I was telling everybody that my uncle, my youngest uncle, my mom's brother, used to take me and my brothers to all the Thanksgiving parades, the Christmas parades, and stuff like that. But we never went to the New Year's party because there's too many people on the square for little kids to be out there. And I don't think he wanted to be out there either. You saw the ball when you were 6. That's neat, Annie. I've seen it just on TV. Because I try to, that's my New Year's Eve thing, is I watch the ball drop from New York. Even though it's not 12 o'clock here, you know, it's only 11, because New York is an hour ahead. But it's still fun to watch it drop. And then usually I'll go to bed because, you know, the New Year started for me at that point. Yeah. He's sitting over here on the couch next to me right now, taking his bath. Grooming himself. Yeah, grooming himself. I was telling my granddaughter she needs to come see me because maybe she can groom my cat. I don't know that I want to try to give him a bath. You lived in New Jersey, Annie? Well, good. We lived in Manhattan. The last place we lived when we lived in New York. Before that, I don't remember the areas. I just remember it was a different area. Because I was a lot smaller. Oh, they had eggnog at my son's house, and it had rum and stuff in it. And I tasted a little bit of it, but I didn't really drink a lot of it. I said, well, I want to taste it because I haven't drank an eggnog in many, many years. And it was really good. But after you swallowed it, it had that aftertaste in your mouth that you knew was the whiskey. And it really hit you at that point, you know. And I said, yeah, this little bit is all I need. I think it had whiskey and bourbon and some other kind of alcohol in it. I don't remember the name. But it was good. But yeah, after you down a swallow of it, you could taste the aftertaste of the whiskey on your tongue. It kind of had a, I don't know how to describe it, like a bitter taste, aftertaste. I lived outside Manhattan, Kansas. With Little Apple, I was thinking of going to film the ball drop there. That would be neat. It's just talking. I went to a New Year's party here in Granbury one year to some friends. And one of the guys that come to the party brought homemade eggnog that he made. But it was spiked with something. I don't know what he put in it, but it was so thick with like whipped cream or Cool Whip or some kind of whipped cream and stuff that he put in it. Oh my God, it was like trying to drink an ice cream sundae. It was like trying to eat a dessert. It was so good, but you couldn't drink much of it because it had some kind of alcohol in it. I mean, I tasted it, but I really didn't drink any because, you know, I don't drink alcohol, really. I mean, I might taste something like that, you know, but I don't actually get a glass and drink it. A little Maker's Mark whiskey with my eggnog and I'm happy, man. I guess so, too tall. Yeah, my son made a comment when I reached for the bottle of it because Cassie's husband brought it in, or husband to be, because they're going to get married in March. And they were talking about it, and he said, well, anybody want some? There it is. Try it. Taste it. Looks like it's pretty good. And I think he had already drank some, and my son gave a little bit to my granddaughter for her to taste. Because, you know, she's 20, I guess going to be 21, her next birthday this summer. So she did taste it. And I said, well, I'll drink a little bit. I'll see what it tastes like. So I put about a half an inch in the bottom of a glass, a small glass. And I sipped on it a little bit. And I said, yeah, it does taste pretty good. But, oh, man, I said, after you get that aftertaste in your mouth of the alcohol, that it hits you pretty strong. But that's all I drank was that little bit. I didn't get any more. Minutes away from midnight in Times Square. Well, I've got 10:55 p.m. We have got 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes to the ball drops. You're in the Topeka area, Susan? Yeah, I've been to that Times Square many a time growing up when we lived in New York, and I went to Times Square many a time on vacation when I visited my grandmother in New York after we moved to North Carolina. I'd always go with my mom when she'd go up to see my grandmother. I'd go with her and spend a week or two going around New York and spending time with my grandmother and my uncles and aunts. It was a lot of fun. Radio City Music Hall, all that area. And there's Kathy 2010. Hello. Glad you could join us for the New Year's party. We're waiting for the ball to drop. I said it's always more fun when you got people with you to watch the ball drop, not bringing the new year by yourself. So I decided to have a chat party online live for New Year's. I grew up in Holton and taught school in Junction City for 6 years. Oh, wow. How neat. Yeah, I had to mute the sound because they won't monetize my video if I play the music, so. They sent me a message due to copyright. The concert that I did for Christmas was not going to be monetized because all the music was copyrighted. I mean, I could leave my video up, but it's not going to make any money for me. But I said that's okay because I did that concert for all of my subscribers and the people that watch my videos. That was my Christmas present to everybody. But I said I didn't want to lose monetization on this because I played a song or two once in a while throughout this show. So I just muted the sound and I said, we can chat and watch it. We don't have to hear it. Yeah, shout out to them teachers. And there's Blue Rose Gator Granny. Hello. Glad you could join in. I might end up doing laundry on New Year's Day. What do y'all think of that? I got to get my new vacuum cleaner and get my new Sharp carpet shampooer out of the car because I left it in the trunk because it was dark when I got home. I didn't want to mess with getting it out in the dark, so. And I got a warning light came on in my car, and it scared me. Because usually I get a warning when my tire's low. It says air pressure low in tire. So I know to get the air checked. And usually that happens once a year. Or it'll happen when the weather turns cold. Or it'll happen at the end of the winter when it starts warming up at night. I'll get that warning and I know I need to put air in the tire. But this time it says tire maintenance warning. Oh no, yesterday I bought a new 65-inch TV. This week I got to buy a new washing machine. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Yeah, it's in New York. They're an hour ahead of me. I'm only 11 o'clock here, but I told everybody that I usually watch the Times Square ball drop, and then I consider that my New Year's. And I know it's nowhere near New Year's in Hawaii yet. Yeah, I still have an hour where I'm at, Annie, because I'm in Texas. I'm Central Time, so it's only 11:02 right now here. So I still have an hour before midnight. I have a little less. It's behind the heart. I can't tell what was behind it. Yeah, happy New Year to you too, Martha Medina. Kathy, Happy New Year. Have less than 3 hours here before we are officially 2024. Yeah, I'm in Central Time, so I have only little less than an hour here. It's 11:03 right now in Texas where I'm at. Yeah, Annie says her too. She's in Mark. Yeah, New York and Florida are Eastern Time. God bless you too, Kathy. Have a great New Year. Have a beautiful day tomorrow too, all of you. I don't remember how long they've been doing the ball drop in New York, but it's as long as I can remember. Yeah, I figured for New Year's anybody would be staying up to watch the ball drop or waiting for New Year's to ring in, even if they have to take a nap earlier in the evening and then get back up again to watch this. I've done that a few times, took a nap on the couch and got up about 9 or 10 o'clock just to watch the New Year's come in. I do too, Kathy. There's fireworks going off all around me. You're welcome, April. You have a blessed day tomorrow. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everybody that's in chat and everybody that's watching. Especially if you've got to leave us at this point. Y'all have a blessed New Year. You're welcome. I just kept thinking of something different we could do, and I said, well, what's better than to have a New Year's live chat and watch the New York ball drop? Y'all don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you hadn't hit it already. April says, I'm making toast and tea and going to bed. Well, you do that. You're probably tired. You've probably been working outside all day. I drink me a good hot cup of tea and eat me some toast and get a good night's sleep. And you'll feel great tomorrow on New Year's Day. And you see, I've stopped coughing bad right now. And it's because I'm holding my neck in a different angle. For some reason, my neck surgery on my accident causes pressure on nerves at times in my throat that cause like tickles in my throat. And that causes me to cough too, not just my allergies. So sometimes I don't know if it's my allergies or the tickling going on from my neck surgery. If that makes sense to any of y'all. Because there's nerves that get pinched in my neck through the vertebrae where the surgery was at different times. And it causes me to cough. I'm just a wreck, y'all. I am just a total wreck. Yeah, God bless you, April. You have a beautiful day tomorrow after a great night's rest tonight. You just hit it, Annie. I mean, there's been times when they showed New Year's coming in other countries after the ball dropped in New York City. I wonder if they're going to do that tonight. I know they showed some beforehand, but thumbs up. Okay, Annie. Let's see what she's saying.
So much fun. What a wonderful way to welcome 2024. And I gotta tell you,
Kathy said that's just what I'm looking for.
The best New Year's Eve of my life. Happy New Year once again.
Yeah, Stephanie, before we let you go for the night, we've been giving shout outs all throughout the night. Our reporters are standing by all across the country. Who are you shouting out tonight? Who do you want to wish a Happy New Year right now?
You know, I want to definitely wish a Happy New Year to my mom, who's been watching all night. My dad, who's actually working as well tonight. Hi, Dad, if you're watching or not, maybe you'll see it later. My son, Zane, Happy New Year. My sister, my brother, and all my friends around the U.S., in Canada, across the world. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. Everyone, and I got to shout out to all my colleagues at Fox 5, Fox Local here in New York City. Thanks for sending me.
Yeah, and we love Fox 5 New York.
Yeah, and I want to tell Gladys Happy New Year. She couldn't be with us. She's wasn't feeling up to being in chat tonight because, you know, she's going through a hard time. She lost her husband last year, so holidays is a bad time for people that have lost loved ones.
10 minutes after midnight there in the Big Apple. 2024 is here. We want to thank everyone for watching. Like I said, though, we're nowhere near being done. We have still several time zones that we're going to be showing you so many of these.
Yeah, I figured they'd do that. They're going to show the different time zones.
Especially coming up Central Time. Next hour, in about 50 minutes, we're going to see Dallas. Maybe we'll see Chicago. Maybe we'll see some others there as well. Live Now Look, I want to just kind of shout out all to our Lone Star State fans there, Reunion Tower in Dallas, that each and every year I have hosted.
That's a restaurant, y'all. That tower you're looking at right there with the ball at the top. That ball is a restaurant. I've eaten there before.
My sister, my brother, wherever you're watching, hope you're watching. Hope you have a happy New Year as well. Can't wait to talk to you off the desk. In the meantime, though, let's take a quick commercial break.
Yeah, that was Reunion Tower. That spear at the top that's all lit up is actually the restaurant. You go up there and sit around the edge of it inside, and it actually rotates. It spins around. So it takes you around in a circle while you're sitting there eating your dinner. It's a little expensive, but it's a really nice restaurant. And then there is other levels. Once you leave the spear, you go down, and there's other levels that have restaurants inside the tower that don't move. But it's a nice place to go to eat. I was taken there on a date one time many years ago. One and only time. Happy New Year, Paws in the Garden. Happy New Year, Susan. Happy New Year's, Kathy. Happy New Year's, Connie. I didn't realize they were going to show Dallas on there. I don't know if I can wait. How long is it? About another 50 minutes to see Dallas New Year bring in? I might. I don't know. Reunion Tower almost looks like a ball that's going to drop for New Year's, but it's not. It stays at the top of that tower. And it just spins. It goes in a circle while you eat. It don't come down. Happy New Year, everybody. To everybody in chat and everybody that's a silent viewer, Happy New Year. Glad all of you could join us this evening. I've got fireworks going off around me everywhere. My son is in Jacksonville, Florida, was asleep until he called. LOL. See, he called you because you had to get on here and get on our live for New Year's. Oh no, your poor doggy's scared. Might have to sedate him next time. Oh, little buddy wants to go back out. Let me go open the door. You got to go back outside and see the fireworks? Huh? Plus, my yard is still lit up for Christmas. I haven't unplugged my Christmas lights yet. I might start doing that tomorrow. The part of it I dread is having to clean out the shed before so I can put everything away. There's Reunion Tower. See what they're saying about
Dallas, as well. But in the meantime, like I said before the break, we want to take the opportunity. We want to show you some of these incredible fireworks shows from around the world. We're going down under. We're going to Australia. We're going to New Zealand.
Oh, this will be neat, y'all.
They were one of the first places in the world to ring in the new year. Let's watch how they did it.
I got to kill the sound playing music. There's City of Sydney, Australia. How awesome. Look at that. Gladys was not feeling good, so she said she was not going to be able to make it. I'm on Fox 4. I think it comes out of Fort Worth and Dallas. It's one of our local channels here. What channel is that? Fox 4. The number 4. You can see it in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, or it says, well, no, it don't show Fox 4, does it? But it's Fox 4. Yeah, Happy New Year to all the silent viewers. How neat. Look at that. I wish I could get the thing closer to get a better picture, but I'm almost afraid I'll mess it up. It might be a little better. I don't know. Sydney, Australia. Well, good, Kathy, you found it. Yeah, this is live what you see on my live tonight. This is coming straight from Fox that you're seeing on the screen from my live. That's not recorded. That's live tonight. Boy, they go all out with their fireworks, don't they? Yeah, massive celebration. It's pretty awesome. They're shooting them across at the edge of that waterway. There's water going through there. There's no telling what you saw, Connie. I turned it a little bit too far the other way, I think. Yeah, that's a little better. Well, trying to fix it so you get the best picture of it. Archie Roach. Ruby Hunter. Oh, it's a bird like our eagles. Oh no, I hope so too, April. You don't need any more fires in Hawaii. From what I understand, Gladys is just having a bad time because, you know, she lost her husband last year, and going through the holidays, you know, without him, I guess is pretty bad on her. She just said she was not going to be in chat, but she'd be listening. So I don't know. She may be asleep too. Man, that's pretty awesome. Look at that. There's a bridge right there where they're shooting them there. Oh, that was bad. I know, April. To be married 40 years and then lose your spouse. Was good seeing you, Kathy. Glad you could come into chat. I think I'm going to hang on till the Dallas brings in the new year. Then I don't know how long I'll be on after that.
Your fireworks show there, I believe. This is in Wellington, New Zealand, also from earlier today. Let's keep watching.
Wellington, New Zealand. Oh, wow, look at this. Counting down. Look at that. That's neat. The clock tower lit up. Yeah, I know. It's something to go through, I know. On January 4th. Oh, that's a bad time. Right through the holidays. Yeah, all of you wish Gladys a happy new year in chat so she'll see it when she watches this. If she's not watching now already. She may be watching and she's just not in chat. Look at that's so neat. All the fireworks are coming out of that tower. That clock tower. Yeah, we all love Gladys. There was a huge solar flare today. Happy New Year, Mary. We're watching some more around the world's New Year's, Mary. This is in New Zealand here. Well, I hope 2024 brings good days ahead, because all this stuff going on with the government and Russia and the Ukraine and China, it's not looking good for the new year, I tell you. All the stuff going on at the border. I've been hearing some pretty bad stuff going on, so I just don't know. Don't know what to expect for this new year. Yeah, be prepared for anything. Because they're afraid that a lot of the illegal immigrants are coming in are military. You know, it's not just Mexican people. It's people from other countries that are coming in as well. And they're afraid that a lot of them are military being sent here for a reason. And I don't think that reason is going to be very good. My son's already predicted it. If we make it through, say, the middle of 2004, we should be good. So what happens between now and 6 months from now is yet to be seen. So I guess if we can make it 6 months with nothing major happening, maybe we'll be okay. But I tell you, the way these other countries are going at it, I'm afraid we're going to be looking at a World War III coming out. My son seems to think that Russia sending missiles to the Ukraine and everything that's going on with China is just a distraction. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in the months ahead. Let's just hope and pray that 2004 will be a good year. Just before you go to bed every night, just say a prayer that things will be okay in the world, you know. Yep, started the war there. It was on Putin's birthday. I mean, I feel sorry for all the Mexican people that are trying to get into the United States. I mean, life must be pretty bad in Mexico, you know, and that's why they're trying to get out for a better life. But I'm afraid there's a lot of bad people coming in with them as well. It's not just all the Mexican people. There's people filtering through from a lot of other countries as well. No, you're not going to hear all the truth on the news. That's for darn sure. They've already told some of the newscasters, you know, I've seen broadcast where they've told that there's groups of men coming over the border, and they found out that they're military is what they are. But they're coming in as immigrants just like the Mexican people. But these guys are military. They're soldiers. They're coming here for a reason, and I don't think it's a good one. People coming in from all over the world so they can vote in our presidential election. Well, I'm afraid what's happening is other countries are sending their military in through our borders with these immigrant Mexicans to do some harm. I mean, I think they're coming in here trying to take over is what I think. They're sending in military kind of under the table, so to speak, thinking people are not going to know that they're military because they're coming in with all the Mexicans. I mean, I've even heard this from people that are in the military, so it doesn't sound good. They're making sleeper cells. I don't know what you're saying, April. What sleeper cells? What do you mean by sleeper cell, April? That is what I was watching a bit ago. Huh. Oh, groups of terrorists, yeah. And I've heard there's been groups of them coming in of kids, boys that are from 5 years old to 15 that are already trained military at that age. Can you imagine? And they said they found out they were staying in motel rooms after they come across the border, and they were caught drinking chicken blood. And they say that there's some groups that do that, some militia groups that drink chicken blood. It shows the faith in their militia or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm not going to do it. That don't sound good either. Yeah, exactly, Susan. That's what we're afraid of. They're coming in through the border claiming to be like the Mexicans. They're coming to this country for a better life, but they're actually military coming through, trained military. And you know, if that's happening, they're up to no good. Yeah, my heart goes out to all you ladies that are, I mean, you know, I've got bad allergies. I've got a back and neck injury, and I'm not in the best of shape myself. But from what I've been hearing from these ladies in chat, they're so much worse off than I am. I feel fortunate. I feel fortunate that I'm able to do as much as I can do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they've already. This was a newscaster that I was listening to yesterday that was saying they were bringing kids in groups from the ages of 5 years old to 15. And these kids are already trained military, believe it or not, at 5 years old. And I heard it from a reliable source that they say they take these little 5-year-olds and put them up on their shoulders, and then they've got guns in their hands, and they figure you're not going to shoot them because you don't want to hit that 5-year-old. Go ahead, Kathy. I don't care. Tell the channel. Let me let little buddy back in. He's back at the door wanting to back in. He's going to drive me crazy. I need a cat bell at the door. He can ring the bell instead of scratch his paws across the door. Thank goodness he doesn't use his nails to do it. He just kind of like beats at the door. Exactly, a human shield. What is he saying about Nashville?
There, you know, a lot of people were kind of experiencing kind of a balmy New Year's Eve. I was just in Michigan myself. It was like in the 50s, 60s. It rained the whole time, but it's not as cold as a lot of people expect on the last night of the year.
Yeah, and this one's, you're feeling it here. We are racing towards 32 degrees, which is going to be the overnight low. Last check here, I think we're at 35. I think it's a little cooler when you're 25 stories in the air like we are tonight. A little bit cooler up here already, but...
is Nashville, Tennessee, Central Time?
You can't still get out. The best place that we've had tonight, courtesy of the Grand Hyatt, has been the chance to...
They say they're getting ready to ring in the new year. They must be Central Time, too.
If you check back in with us here just after... midnight hour time, you'll see probably a lot of folks out here enjoying this fireworks show as they head out to the roof. But yeah, there are lots of, thousands of people not letting 32 degrees stop them from getting out, making some noise, maybe having a drink or two or 4 or 5, and having a great time tonight in America's Music City.
You know, Will, I got to ask, because we're in Phoenix, I'm already hearing some
we appreciate you, Connie, and I'm so sorry you have to go through the health problems you're going through.
Absolutely. Fireworks are legal in
I wish I
most
could
parts of
change
Tennessee, maybe
things,
not
but I
downtown
know there's
Nashville,
nothing
but
I
that's not
can
going to
do.
stop everybody, of course. So as we've taken our skyline look here tonight, that's been one of the things we've enjoyed watching are some of the, backyard fireworks displays. And so I expect a lot more of those to be cranking up any minute now. But yeah, we've seen a few of those popping off as well. And you can bet that in a lot of the communities across Tennessee tonight, that's a big part of the evening as well.
Yeah, and well, just lastly, because we're going to check in right when the clock strikes midnight there and a little after, but let's get personal for a moment. 2023 was quite a year for a lot of people. Personally, what are you looking to leave behind? What are you looking forward to next year? I know myself, I've been reflecting all day. It's a good chance for that, but at the end
Exactly,
of the day, it's just
Susan.
another
We're
day,
here to
isn't it?
support one another.
I think that for my New Year's resolution is going to be to really just start to seize opportunities. I think sometimes we make big plans for ourselves, for our families. Maybe it's a project that we have at home. Maybe it's a new goal we want to achieve. And then over time, we sometimes let our own thoughts work against us and stop us from really digging in there. And I think that I've just got to start really attacking some of those plans. And I know that may just sound really general, but that's sometimes we stand in our own way, right, of being our best true selves. And I think it's just tackling all those plans, even bit by bit, but getting started on those bigger visions for our homes, for our families, for our lives, and just trying to seize every day because no day is guaranteed.
All right, words to live by there. Words of wisdom. Will Nunley, thanks so much. Talk soon. We're going to check in very, very soon here.
Thank you.
All right, always want to talk to Will Nunley. We can't thank him enough for joining us all throughout the evening here, especially down there in Nashville. It's
Yep,
Music
you
City,
just
but it's
thank
Honky
God for
City.
every
It's the
day.
city of honky tonk, and no doubt a lot of people are having a lot of fun there in Nashville, Tennessee. All right, we are just 17 minutes away from midnight there, Central Time. So let's just give you a
Yeah, I
sense
guess
of
Nashville,
what we have
Tennessee
in
is
store,
Central
what we're
Time.
previewing, what we're tracking for midnight there, Nashville. We have this shot here, courtesy of our partners there at EarthCam. This is on Broadway, one of the main drags there in Music City. We'll keep an eye on this. We'll also keep an eye on this shot
U.S.
there in
and
Dallas,
allies
Texas.
just
Reunion
got
Tower.
Yemen airport and
it pops
destroyed
off
the
at
runway,
midnight
and
Central
Russia's
Time each and every New
hitting
Year's Eve,
Ukraine
and we'll make
hard
sure
right now.
we
Oh my
bring you
gosh.
that fireworks display as well. We're also tracking as well Chicago, the Windy City. We'll see if they have any fireworks, and we're going to bring them to you if they do as well. Let's take a quick commercial break. Let's reset here. We'll see everyone in 2 minutes. Thanks for being with us, and Happy New Year. We'll be right back.
Sorry, Annie. So sorry for your loss. Forgot about that. I don't want music on my video. I may end up having to cut that little part out. You're so welcome, Annie. Yep, that's a big city right there. I think that's St. Louis, Missouri. Atlanta Airport. Well, there's Gladys. Happy New Year, Gladys. I'm so glad you came in because you're one of the people I was thinking of when I decided to do this. So we could all bring in the new year together. Yeah, I thought it's nice too, April. It's a different way to bring in the new year when you're in a live chat with people and actually watching the new year come in different areas. Yes, but not. It's like they got a concert going on there. Oh, I see, Susan. I don't know what KWL is either, Kathy. There's Philadelphia. I know this is a lot of money spent on fireworks all over the world, isn't it? At different times of the night and day, depending on what time zone they're in. My son told me I ought to try shooting one of the rifles. He said the little bit of jar that the stock would give my shoulder might straighten my neck out. It may have, or it may have made it worse. I don't know. That's true, Connie. God's love, memories, and are more valuable than money or gold. Those are some nice fireworks from Philadelphia. Well, thank you, Gladys. You're a special lady, too. Well, Happy New Year to you, too, Vic Power. And Sharon from Australia. Those fireworks pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh no, April. Don't drop anything else under the bed. You only got 4 minutes, April. But if you need to, just go to sleep. We won't keep you awake. Well, if you can hang in there, April. We always want you here, but we understand if you're too tired. Oh, they're getting Dallas ready. I think they probably light the tower up to make it look like the ball is dropping or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what they do. I don't know that I've seen New Year's come in Dallas before. And I live in Texas. Isn't that awful? What I'm afraid is that the cartel in Mexico may be sending some of their army over here. And they're going to be up to no good when they get here. But, I don't know. New Year's fireworks display around the country. Kathy, it's actually a restaurant. I've eaten in that tower restaurant before. And it actually moves around. It spins around up there while you're eating. One minute. Well, it got like 2 minutes on there. I know, April, it's not looking good. I mean, I hope that's not going to happen. Yeah, the world news. Look at that. Isn't that something? I've never seen that before. They're counting down. Look at that. It says 2024. No, 2023. It's going to change to 24. Look at that. Happy New Year. It's officially the new year in Texas. Happy New Year, everybody. Peace, love, and joy. They're shooting fireworks from the Tower Restaurant. Isn't that neat? Yep, happy blessed new year. New Year's in Chicago. 1940. Look at that muscle man. 1940. Well, it's not a ball. It doesn't drop. That's the restaurant that's lit up. That ball, that sphere, that's a restaurant at the top of that tower. They're shooting fireworks off from the restaurant. Look at that. How are they doing all that? That is so neat. Looks like a jukebox. Whoa. Look at that. Yeah, she liked my present that I gave her. That is so neat the way they're doing it, the tower and the restaurant tower in Dallas. Ooh, look at that. Coca-Cola. How neat. That Coke's spilling out. Saying Dallas. I gave her some slippers, really pretty slippers, and a bathrobe, and one of those big cans of different flavored popcorn. Sometimes I give her money with her presents. I didn't have the money to give this year, so maybe next time. Oh, okay. In Seattle, they have a revolving restaurant like in Dallas, like the one we're watching them shoot fireworks from. That is so neat. I love the light show they're putting on. Oh, you have a restaurant like that too, April. Yeah, I've eaten there one time. It was kind of neat sitting at the restaurant while you were moving around, while the spear was spinning. It goes a little slow, but you know you're moving. You can look outside and you're moving like a cloud, you know. Boy, they're really popping them off around my house now. You already saw Dallas since on the East Coast time. Well, Dallas is Central time. You saw it before it happened, Kathy? Ours is called the Reunion Tower. And they have a reunion what do they call it? It's the place where Metallica had their concert that I took my son to years ago. It was right across the street from the tower, that tower restaurant. I remember you said that, Linda. Nice. Yeah, you saw it before it happened. Happy New Year, Sharon. That is awesome, isn't it? I know y'all hear the fireworks through my camera. It's bound to be picking up the pops. That's not from the TV. That's from outside my house. What do they sell in Pike Place Market? Happy New Year, Kathy. 2024. I know, isn't it true, Connie? I love these special effects, the way they're putting writing up in the sky and all this stuff. That's so neat. Look at that. How awesome. Happy New Year, Gladys. Happy New Year, everybody. Marthy, Annie, Connie, Kathy, Susan, all the viewers that are anonymous, basically. Sell almost everything at the Park Place Market. Favorites are the fish, salmon. Oh, that sounds good. I love salmon. The fish, salmon, oysters. Oh. Happy New Year, Sharon and Kathy, Connie, Gladys, Susan, everybody in chat, and silent viewers. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, Reunion Arena is almost like across the street from the Tower restaurant, where they have concerts and all kind of stuff. Happy New Year. Oh, crab legs sound good. I got some scallops in the freezer. I might take them out and fix them tomorrow evening. I got to eat my black-eyed peas and stuff first, though. Maybe I better not do that because I've got my ham, too. But it's going to be frozen, most of it. process record 300,000 migrants in December. Annie said they had crab legs for supper. That sounds good. I gave her a pair of new bedroom slippers, which are really pretty, and a pink bathrobe because she loves pink. And I gave her one of those big cans of all different flavored popcorn. I didn't give her any money this year because I haven't been working, and I don't have that much coming in from YouTube yet, so maybe next year. Or maybe her birthday I'll give her some money. I don't know. It just depends on how my finances go. Lots of butter. Well, there's Bonnie. Well, Happy New Year, Bonnie. Welcome to chat. Gotta have lots of butter. Susan said she's just been talking to her friend from Canada. Well, tell your friend in Canada Happy New Year. You just had, I can't say the name of that butter on your toast. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know, Kathy. You celebrated New Year's before we did. But guess what? We get New Year's before April does. She's hours behind us. What is it? Probably about 5 or 6, 7 o'clock in Hawaii right now. Maybe around 7 or so. You hear the fireworks from my house? I know you have to. As loud as they are, I knew the camera was picking up the sound. Okay, thanks, Susan. Eight 18 p.m. here. Yeah, I knew it was a lot earlier in the evening at your place. They'd have to be awfully loud for me to hear them where you're at, Susan. I bet it does. You're probably really tired. Oh, man. I'm getting sleepy, y'all. 1:19 there where Kathy is. She's Eastern time. 12:19 here, or 12:20 here. Guess what, y'all? It's 2024. We chatted right into the new year, y'all. How about that? There's Mexico City they're showing the fireworks from. Now it's Mexico City. It shows it at the top of the screen, but I don't know if I can get it to show. No. I don't know if I did good or bad there. There, now you can see where it shows it's from. It says it's from Mexico City. The fireworks going off around my house sounds like it's coming from the television, but it's not. It sounds like it's coming from this video, but it's not. April's in Maui. Happy New Year, April. Have a blessed night and have a good day tomorrow. Well, it is tomorrow, isn't it? But you know what I mean. Mexico City. Y'all ready to call it a night? I just saw a DQ billboard that says running your New Year's resolution since 1962. That's pretty good. Night, Annie. Have a great New Year's Day. Yep. DQ will do that, Susan. All that ice cream, French fries and burgers, all that stuff we love to eat. Little buddy's called it a night. He's curled up here on the couch and he's sound asleep. Yeah, I tasted it. I ate a piece of it, about an hour ago. It's pretty good. I left most of it at my son's house and sent part of it home with my granddaughter. And I brought a small chunk of it home with me because I didn't eat all that cake. I don't even need what I brought home, but I'll eat a little bit of it off and on this week. Well, I would gladly give you some cake, April, if I could. Yeah, I've never said I was not going to eat ice cream or bananas or banana splits. That wouldn't happen. And I don't think I could say I would never eat another pizza either. I love my pizzas. I wish I could come stay with you, April. I'd love it in Hawaii for a little while. I've never been to Hawaii. It'd be great to vacation on Maui and do some videos from there. We could have a blast. It would be nice, April, but I doubt I'd probably ever get to Hawaii. Yeah, then all the girls could see Maui. Connie says, I'm a spud. I love potatoes, all kinds. I will eat them even without butter and most favorite food, potato. I love potatoes too, Connie. Just about any way you fix them, I love them. And people think if you try to lose weight, you don't need to eat potatoes, but yes, you do. I mean, potatoes is a big part of your diet, and it's something you need. I don't think people lose weight just because they don't eat potatoes. Yeah, you could show me around Maui, April. That'd be great. Ooh-wee. I don't know where they're showing right now. Certainly a lot of lights. Connie says, I had peas and cheese tonight. Yummy. Well, I love peas and I love cheese. Okay, Gladys. Get you a good night's rest and have a good, blessed day on the first day of the year. Yep, it was a nice way to bring in the new year. I love doing it. I love being in chat with everybody when the new year came in and watching the fireworks on the screen. Sharon says she's got an hour and a half until her New Year's comes in on the West Coast. Yeah, because you're about 2 hours behind me on the West Coast. Oh, isn't that pretty? Rio de Janeiro, Brazil rings in the new year. That's pretty. Now they got it at the bottom instead of the top. Wow, look at that. Well, y'all, let's call it a night watching Rio de Janeiro in Brazil bringing in their new year. Y'all have a blessed night. Happy New Year to everybody. I love each and every one of you, and I'm so happy you came in to chat tonight. This is a first for New Year's for me, and I've enjoyed it. You just sent me a funny, Susan. So good night, April. Good night, everybody. Y'all have a blessed rest of the night. Have a blessed day on your first day of the new year. And I'll see y'all on my next one. Love y'all. Bye now. Happy New Year.